Hey everyone, welcome to Odds Wizard, where we bet for fun by betting together. We have a very good slate of games for you on this Friday, May 6th. Congratulations on making it through the week. We've had a really good week with picks this week. We've hit more than we've lost. We've had really good games on almost everything we've picked, and we've had to sweat out several, which is what we do. We want to make this more fun. I don't want to pick things that are going to win by a mile, and then we're not paying attention to the game. This is about watching fun games. A good example, our quickie last night in baseball. First run, no inning. We had it. We had 5 straight outs. I'm pretty sure almost they were all strikeouts. And then you've got Manny Machado that comes up with 2 outs in the bottom of the first and cranks a home run to deep center. Lost our pick, but it was still fun to see. You're still sitting on the edge of your seat during that at bat, and we were in and out quick. So we lost that pick. But in the end, if you're doing what I'm saying and betting as little as you possibly can, or even nothing and just rooting for this, like to be part of this fan base for picks like you would be for a team, then it was a great night. It was really fun, and that's the whole point, is how can we have fun watching sports? Tonight we've got 3 more picks for you, all early games. I like the early slate a lot better tonight than the late slate, and I'm really tired of staying up till 1 in the morning. So I've got an MLB pick, an NBA pick, and an NHL playoff pick. We're going to start with our MLB pick. We're going to take the battle of the Sox. We're going to take the White Sox to beat the Red Sox, and that's at plus 150. It's a 7 o'clock game tonight. Plus 150 means the White Sox are big underdogs. I don't see why. The White Sox have Velasquez going as pitching as their pitcher, and the Red Sox have Eovaldi. Eovaldi's a better pitcher, so that could be where this is coming from. But the Red Sox are ice cold. They are not playing well. They're finding ways to lose games, not win games. Now, the White Sox are a little banged up, but they are beating good teams. They just swept the Cubs, and they split the series with the Angels, who are red hot right now. So the White Sox, despite their injuries, are still playing well. It's in Boston, so that might have something to do with it, but I really want to see what Luis Robert can do against the Green Monster. I went up there for the first time a couple years ago. It's one of the most impressive fields to sit in. It's really fun, and it just changes the dynamic, which is why I like watching games there. But either way, I want to see how Lou Bob does in this game tonight. The other thing is Eovaldi has to be nearly perfect for them to win this game, because if he doesn't, I don't see their bullpen holding on to a lead or their team scoring enough runs to beat a White Sox team that is pretty deep from 1 through 9 of guys that can hit home runs in a pretty small ballpark. The other thing I talk about a lot is riding the hot guy, picking the team that's playing really well. You also want to fade the cold guy. And in this case, that's the Red Sox. So if you have a team that's ice cold and a huge favorite, I like to take the other side of that, kind of that momentum pick. The Red Sox momentum is this. So if the odds are heavily in favor of them winning, I like to take the other side. It just feels like a safer pick. Now I'm going to move to our NBA pick of the night. We're going to take the Heat minus 3 points at the 76ers. It's minus 110 odds. It's also a 7 o'clock game. It's on ESPN, so if you prefer basketball over hockey or baseball, this is the game you're going to want to watch tonight. Embiid is still out, so that makes a big difference. If Embiid was playing, I wouldn't take this pick, but he's not. And the Heat have dominated the Sixers when he is out. Their last game, they won by 16 points, and the game before that, they won by 14 points. So for them covering a 3-point spread, it doesn't feel like a big reach, even on the road. I don't feel like home court advantage is that much is going to swing at 14 or 16 points towards the 76ers. It just doesn't feel that way. If for some reason you're a little nervous about taking the 3 points, because playoff games on the road can be closer, like to win on the road, 3 points isn't a lot, but it's still something. The money line is minus 150. So if you're more comfortable taking that pick, you're still riding with us. We're still rooting for basically the same thing. It's just a couple point difference that we're rooting for. The last advice I have for this game is if you play DraftKings, I played pretty much every night in the NBA playoffs. Bam Adebayo is who you want to look for tonight. In this game, with Embiid out, he's played consistently well. He played well in the last series. He's playing even better when you don't have Embiid in there to guard him. So that's a guy I'll be looking for in DraftKings tonight that's usually expensive, but not crazy expensive like the Hardens and the Giannis's of the world. So we are taking the Heat minus 3 points. Our last pick is hockey, and we have done really well in the hockey playoffs so far. And tonight I'm taking I'll call it an emotional hedge pick, and I'll explain that in a second. We're going to take the Leafs to beat the Lightning, and it's at plus 100 odds. That's a 7:30 game on TBS. So for my friends like Steven who prefer hockey to baseball or basketball, this is the game he's going to watch, and this is the game you can watch, and I'll be following all three along with you all. This is the best NHL game of the night. This one and the Blues game, but I really can't pick the Blues game tonight because watching that the other night broke my heart. The Lightning have been incredible this season, as have the Maple Leafs. It's probably the best first-round series. You've got Austin Matthews, who's going to be, by the time he's retired, he's going to be known as the best American-born hockey player in history. He's incredible, and he's something to tune in to watch. On the other side, you've got a really, really deep Tampa Bay team. They've won the last two Stanley Cups. Their lines 1 through 4 can all score goals, whereas the Leafs are a little more top-heavy in their scores. The Lightning can score on all 4 lines pretty evenly. Why am I calling this an emotional hedge pick? I am rooting for the Lightning, so to pick the Leafs is a little hard. The other thing is I cannot stand the Leafs fan base. I love watching Austin Matthews, but I don't want to see the Leafs fan base get a win. They are, if you watch them on Twitter at all, they are the most toxic group of fans in hockey. They are just horrible, and I can't root for good things to happen to that group of people. But this way, if the Lightning win, I'm still happy. I'm rooting for the Lightning to win it, but if the Leafs win, I win my pick. So either way, I have a win. That's why I call this an emotional hedge pick. So I'm not really super upset either way this game goes. So tonight, if you take all 3 of our picks, our MLB pick, our NBA pick, and our NHL pick, and you throw them in the cauldron, our odds are going to be plus 855 to hit all 3. They're always tough, but it makes it more fun when I'm trying to pick all three in a given night. Losing that first pick of the night was really tough last night because it kills our cauldron early. But with all these games being early, they should all end about the same time. To recap our 3 picks for Friday night, we have the White Sox to beat the Red Sox. We have the Heat minus 3 points at the 76ers, and we have the Leafs to beat the Lightning in Tampa Bay at plus 100. If you haven't yet, follow us on Twitter. I updated a lot last night. Man, Twitter was on fire last night. If you follow me, you saw a bunch of hilarious retweets. I was laughing so hard in my bed at a couple that I woke my wife up. So follow us on Twitter for good content and to get involved and to fade me on my picks. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel so you can get the updates every day whenever I come up with new stuff and new picks for us. Either way, have a great Friday night. We will see you back here tomorrow for Saturday picks, and good luck with your bets. See you.